Okay, so in the spirit of the holidays or the holy days, here's a short list of all the sun gods that all have the same attributes that the sun kind of shares as it goes around the 12 zodiac signs and its yearly ecliptic. So they're born December 25th, born of a virgin. They all have like the story of being crucified and resurrected after 3 days. And this is all the ecliptic, right? December 21st is the shortest day. That's the crucifixion. The 22nd through the 24th, the sun doesn't move. The 25th is the birth of the new ecliptic. And then that moves on throughout the rest of the ecliptic, and you get Easter, and then, So anyway, these guys are all some of the more ancient predecessors to Jesus Christ, like that had the same story, because it's all the same story, because it's the sun, and it's the sun's ecliptic, and it's just different people taking the name of that character pretty much. And for us, it happened to be a white man with long hair because we had slaves, so it'd be kind of weird to have a black savior when you're literally having black slaves. So here's a list of 16 of them if you actually want to get into it and look it up. I mean, it's pretty interesting to think about if anyone is really that into this physical man that they're worshiping. Here's the sun on December 15th. Here it is a little lower on the 22nd. And then the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, it does not move. The 25th, it starts its ascension, and that's your risen Savior on Christmas or December 25th, the sun's birthday, or the birth of the sun's new ecliptic cycle. Now, the three wise kings who go to find Jesus, who follow the star, that's depicted right here as Orion's belt, being the three wise men. Not kings. They follow Sirius, the star in the east. They follow this star, obviously, to the horizon or the birth of the sun on December 25th. These all line up and point directly to the sun, which is being born and starting the new ecliptic. So interesting, huh? Then we have the equinox or Easter or East star, which is where our sun rises, and it's our star. And that's when the days become longer than the nights. They're conquered as far as that goes. And this is different cycles. You have an actual cycle that's daily, where the sun rises and then the night conquers the sun. The sun falls into the underworld and then raises again and is resurrected every day in the morning. And you have the crown of thorns, which is worn by Jesus, which is actually the sun's rays, right? And then you have the sun being depicted coming on the clouds, which is right here. You could see it would be every morning. And then you have the Last Supper, which is the 12 zodiac signs or the 12 disciples. And they're all kind of acting out their little part. You can see that the guy holding his hands up there, the third one in on the left, that's going to be like twins, or like that's going to be like, what is that? Gemini. Duh. Anyway, and then you have like on the right of Jesus there, the guy holding his arms open. That's Leo, putting his heart out there. Anyway, you guys can look through that later, and I got to keep going as this is flowing. So here's the depiction of the Earth. It's got a cross. That's the symbol for Earth, the four seasons. And then here it is with the actual sun and the sun's rays. You can see it's up against that cross that makes the 4-point right there for the seasons. That's almost like the sun being against the cross, right? But anyway, I can't explain all this stuff. Here's another picture of it, but instead of the sun, you actually have the human. This is why the book says do not create idols, because we get confused when we turn something that's a celestial body into a physical human. You put a dead guy up there on the cross and you call it a man, and you have people worship it, and you throw the whole world off. Here's another interesting thing, which is the ages, like, right, when you go from like Taurus to Aries to Pisces to Aquarius, right? People think the Bible or the end of Jesus is the end of the world, and it's not. It's just the end of Pisces, right? So here you see right here the precession of the equinox. You have 2,150 years in an age, right? So when you were in the age of Aries, that was the ram, and that was Moses, right? And you still have Jews today that blow the ram's horn. So then we move from that into Pisces, which is where Christ comes in. This is why his miracles with the fish, and this is why people put fish on the back of their car, right? And then here is the actual stars, the actual sign in the sky. I wanted to just throw this up here. And then here is the last Passover, where it says, behold, when ye are entered into the city, there shall be a man meet you bearing a pitcher of water. Follow him into the house where, entereth in. And this is Aquarius, the man bearing a pitcher of water. So this is Christ obviously saying we're moving into a new age, not the end of the world. And that's what we're moving into right now, Aquarius. So these are your sun gods. You have, just the solar or astro theology, and then you can figure all this stuff out, and it's kind of cool how it's lasted this long. And then you have Horus and Jesus here. Literally, the Bible is Egyptian. Here's an actual hieroglyph of the virgin birth, or the miracle birth way back when. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Say what's up.